While I was at Tuck, I was looking at different corporate opportunities, both in healthcare. I looked at investment banking and trading, even consulting. And at the end of the day, I always had an entrepreneurial spirit, even within my corporate job at Johnson & Johnson prior. So it was sort of a natural evolution, but it was not a big leap that I took to become an entrepreneur while at Tuck. I sort of stepped into it. I used my second year at Tuck to learn more about what it would take to start my own business, while having actually accepted a job through corporate recruiting. And so it didn't feel as risky as it might have been if I was putting everything on the line. And it felt more like a process that ultimately took about a year and a half to resolve. My decision to choose burritos for my livelihood is really developed because of my passion for burritos. I mean, I was obsessed with burritos. And I always thought, first and foremost, from a business standpoint, and I was wrong, but I thought there was no risk to opening a burrito shop that would focus on different flavors inspired from culinary traditions from all over the world. I really felt like this was something that would be a winner. As importantly as why I chose to start in what we'll call the fast food business is why I chose to continue it for so long. And obviously it wasn't just because I liked eating burritos, but it was because of the purpose that you could build into a business like Boloco, which for me, first and foremost, was trying to figure out how to build a business model that could support livable wages for people working in fast food. And that really has been my primary focus for the better part of the last 15 years. In the beginning, you're very passionate about your idea and you're very passionate about your product, right? Which was burritos. Very quickly you move into, in most cases, survival mode. You realize I've taken a big step here and it's not all that easy and we have to survive. And once you have found a way to survive, then you start to either grow, which is what we did, and within that is where you start to do things that I think are more meaningful to us as founders, which for us is where growth actually started to matter. It wasn't growth for growth's sake, but it was growth to expand on a purpose that we felt was important, and more importantly maybe was strategically sound in terms of building a strong business over time. I would encourage people to do is while they're in this program, while they're getting their MBA, is to take advantage of that while there is very little risk, to think really big about their idea and to think what it could become. The time for thinking small will come when you first get started. You'll be so focused on details that it'll be hard to think big, but if you've done that already previously, you'll actually hopefully have a roadmap or at least a mindset that allows you, once you've gotten through the early stages of a business, to continue growing forward successfully. The best entrepreneurs I've seen who have been really successful have usually had a pretty big place in mind prior to starting.